Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, how is it going? I hope you all doing very good. So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rayndi Rydho Illya Semedi, and I'm a student from Diponegoro University. So today, I like to give you a little bit presentation about income statement. So, if you guys still wondering what is an income statement is, what the function of income statement, or what does income statement look like, or even how to make an income statement. To answer those questions, I have divided my topic into 4 different points. First, I like to talk about definition and the function of income statement. Second, form and example of income statement. Third, the important term in income statement. And fourth, how to make an income statement. So let's go to the first point. Income statement is one of the 3 core of the financial statement, while the other 2 is balance sheet and cash flow. Income statement, also known as profit and loss statement, is a summary of a company's profit or loss during any given period of time, such as a month, a quarter, or even a year. An income statement provides valuable insight into a company's operation, the efficiency of its management under performing sector, and its performance relative to industry peers. And the function of income statement. First, the primary purpose of the income statement is to demonstrate the profitability of an organization or a company. And then, with the detail of how much money has gone toward various operating expense, business owner can see how powerful his company is or her company is. And it is important to determine the act to take to make the company successful in the future. And then the income statement is not just for the company itself, but it's also for outside the company, such as investor. Investor look at the income statement to predict the future income of the company, so he can decide whether he want to invest to the company or not. And then let's jump to the next point of how or what the income statement is look like. Although there is no required template in accounting standard for how the income statement is to be presented, but mostly they look like this. As you can see, there are a lot of terms in income statement, and among this terms, there are quite a few important terms that important to make income statement. Well, let's jump to the next point of what important term in income statement. First, there is a revenue or sales or top lines. It is a money a company actually receive during a specific period of time. And then there is net sale. It is total sales minus selling costs like commission or account freight. And then cost of goods sold or COGS. It's representation of the cost of the product that were actually sold in the period of time. It is also known as cost of sales. And then there's gross profit. It is calculated from sales minus COGS. It is also known as gross margin. And then there's operating expense. It is cost that cannot be assigned directly to the goods. Also known as fixed costs, operating costs, and selling, general, and administrative costs. And then profit from operation. It is gross profit minus operating expense, also known as operating income. And then there is earning before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. It is profit from operation with depreciation added back. And then there is non-operating expense, for example, interest and depreciation. And last is net profit or loss. It is profit after all charges have been included. It is also known as net income or bottom line. Well, after learning all the term, it is important that we know how to make an income statement too. And that brings me to my next point of how to make income statement. Okay, like any other statement, first we have to write 3 title lines of a statement, which is name of the company, and then what type of statement, and the financial period of the statement. Okay, let's try to make a income statement. Okay, the step 1 is revenue. Start by putting the revenue in the top line of the statement, because revenue is also known as top line. And step 2, gross profit. To get the gross profit is by subtracting cost of goods sold from revenue. And step 3, operating income or pre-tax income. To get the pre-tax income, you have to summarize the expense of in a company, and by subtracting total expense from gross profit, you get the pre-tax income or operating incomes, and then net income. But before you get the net income, you must subtract the interest or depreciation from operating income, and then you get the net income. And that's how to make an income statement. So that's all I have to say. And if I can briefly summarize, the income statement is a financial tool used to determine whether a company earned a profit or incurred a loss. And from the example of the income statement earlier, there are so many important terms that important to construct and determine the income statement. In conclusion, the income statement is one of a company's core financial statement, so we have to understand it very well. So that's it. Thank you for listening, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.